I remember thinking this guy was really attractive, and he was sitting on a bar stool and his feet were dangling. I'm like, no. Wait, what?
Damn, at me next time. God damn.
I know, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm nervy.
I know. Wait, hold on. Can we just take a...
Everyone together. In through the nose.
Ooh, that's one of my icks though.
Breathing?
No, like we're going to take a second. You know what I mean? When people are like, let's take a second.
Let's take a second, everyone.
Like, I don't know why it icks me out. I'm like, oh, okay.
We're talking about icks, so think about it, because if you have a really good one you want to share, feel free. But okay, let us know when we're recording.
It already is.
Oh, all right.
All right, ready? You ready?
Yeah.
I know. All of a sudden I'm nervous. I never get nervous. You guys, if you're listening from wherever you're listening, we have a crowd of literally 40 plus eyeballs looking at us right now. Crowd! We're live. We've never done a legit live one. We've always done like mini fake live ones. Like, you know when we did like Best Christmas Ever? We're like, live episode, and then they cut the cord. We're like,
oh, nice.
It's over.
Nice.
Like, it literally just got quiet.
It's crazy because, when you say 40 plus, it's like, ooh, wow, so much. But this is insane that this many people in Minneapolis are buying tickets to come listen to the podcast. So we appreciate you all. We're so excited. I'm going to be real. My straight hand moment right off the bat. I'm fucking nervous. I am used to just like staring at Syd and like feeling like it's like that one-on-one conversation. Just
usually rubber.
Just being weird, like talking about farts and stuff. But now I have all you guys knowing that I'm talking about farts.
I know. And you're looking at us. Apparently there was a skid mark in the toilet, by the way, everybody. So watch out for that. And if you did it.
Front row. She comes, sits down. By the way, huge skid mark in the toilet.
If you did it, wow, that is bold, dude. I love that, though. That's hilarious. Okay, we have a few questions for you guys. Since we have a live audience, we might as well use you, right? Why not, right?
First question. How you feeling?
If you've listened to every episode, let me hear ya. Yes, a few. I love it. If you are nervous, we are going to get you on the mic. Let me hear you.
Oh, no! So you're all coming up.
Okay, they're confident. We fucking love that.
Raise your hand if you have a question for us later on the episode.
Okay, I see a few hands.
Okay, love it.
I saw 3. Raise your hand if you've ever texted your ex. Be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. Let me hear it if you've ever pooped your pants and don't you dare lie. Yes!
Love
People are not, they're just like raising their hand like one little finger. Like,
this is how you get to know your neighbor. Look at all of them.
I did one time.
What's your story? Really? Same.
I saw a few fingers, like barely. I barely did. You still did. You can yell. And then let me hear you if you're sipping on some Forgotten Star beer right now. Yeah, there it is. We love you guys at Forgotten Star. We appreciate you. Really quick, we want to do thank yous. So just bear with us, especially if you're not here and you're not live. Forgotten Star Brewing. It's located just north of the North Loop. It's an incredible brewery with 2 patios and attached wedding venue. And they recently won coolest tap room in the world. In the winter, they turn their patios into curling rinks. So if you haven't checked it out, Forgotten Star Brewery. Thanks, Andy.
I'm laughing at Syd's notes. It goes, blah, blah, blah.
Well, because I can continue on. I'm like,
to.
I always can say like, I always do that because I'm more of like a, I can just go ahead. You know what I mean? Also, shout out Upload Minneapolis. That's a studio that we're in. So
shout out Ben and Nate and all that. Like you guys killing it, helping us so much. We appreciate you.
And we love our space.
Also, obviously, Sweet Green. They serve fresh, plant-forward, earth-friendly food and prioritize organic and local sourcing. They aim to empower their customers, team members, and partners to be a positive force on the food system. So they now have 3 locations in the Twin Cities.
Let's go.
Find them at Galleria, Edina, North Loop, Grand Avenue, and coming soon to the University of Minnesota. What? I didn't even know that.
Go Gophs.
You can order Sweet Green on the app for pickup and delivery to get your greens fast and on time. Also, do you guys like our makeup? Yeah. Right. So we got Hannah Studi in the house.
Yes,
you guys.
Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah Studi. You can follow her at Beauty by Studi, especially for Minneapolis-based events, weddings, even just a going out night. DM her. She's amazing. Like that's why we like fire. And last but not least, we have Chase doing videography and photography today. Get a Chase. Happy to have you. You can follow him, Chase_A_Johnson. Okay. Let's wrap that up there.
I just wanted to close my eyes for a second. I'm like, holy crap, we're doing it. All right.
I'm actually going to turn because I don't know if I can look at the people.
I'm going to turn so you can't see up my skirt. Okay, there we go. So usually we go right into straight candid moments, and I feel like you had one. Did you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, one that I'm really nervous and I'm clenching my butt cheeks and I have a lot of
tell.
swass happening right now. My other straight candid moment is about this event, actually. So originally I like invited my parents. I'm like, let's bring my like family and come on in, come to the live event. And I'm telling Ben and Syd, I'm like, I just don't know what topic we can share where I can still have fun, be candid, not filtered, with my dad standing in the back. So Ben's like, oh yeah, you gotta uninvite them. I'm like, fuck. So I literally texted my parents and I'm like, I'm really sorry, but you guys can't come tomorrow.
I
They're
feel
like,
sad.
I know, but I just can't do that because my mom, I can tell her about anything, but I feel like my dad is just a little bit more
Reserved and quiet.
daddy. Ooh, no, never mind. Didn't
You're
say that.
kidding me right now. You
He's
did
so
not
daddy.
just do that.
So I'm like, I'm so sorry, Dad, but you can't come. So yeah, my
makes me
family's
sad.
not here, but
We
that was
love
kind of
them.
funny. My second straight candid moment is,
You've been saving this for me.
yeah, because it's so weird. So if you guys listen to episode 98 with Dana on to talk about fat phobia, and great episode, by the way, go listen. But we had like a Zoom call with her before we actually had her on the podcast.
Yep.
And
What happened?
So she had like a manager named Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Cheyenne. Okay. So I didn't know about Cheyenne. I'm waiting for Syd to join the Zoom call.
It always happens when I'm like just
Yeah.
1 minute late.
So
I'm
like me and Cheyenne are chatting. I'm like, yeah. And I go, and by the way, Dana, like model, like plus figure, gorgeous,
Gorgeous
great,
queen.
great woman, great queen, whatever. And I'm talking to the manager thinking that it's Dana. And I'm going, yeah, we're like
Sophie.
so excited to have you on the podcast. She's like, I'm sorry, a little sick. Like, and I kept going and she goes, oh yeah, let me check to see if Dana's coming on. Cause she realized I thought she was Dana. And she was like kind of like flipping her hair a little bit, kind of into it for a second. I'm like, oh my God, that's not Dana.
You did
I was just
not.
really embarrassed. Yeah. And then you jump on and I was like, thank God Syd saved the day.
I couldn't even tell it wasn't awkward.
Thinking
or
the
anything like
manager
that.
was the plus
So uncomfortable.
the model. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Of course. I feel like there's always like something awkward with the call in
Yeah,
the beginning. I
exactly.
know there is. So we're like, you did that one time where you're like, wait, who is this person?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, we're getting on the call. I'm like,
30
hey, let me give you a little intro about yourself so Sophie can get like let in the loop. I'm like, God dang it.
30
you
seconds
freak.
before the call, Syd, who is this?
I'm like, oh my God, here we
Oh,
go.
this is a sponsorship. No, this is a guest.
No, I'm like, this is a
okay,
guest. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Well, I did not uninvite my parents. My parents are here.
Woo!
I love you guys. And my sister's somewhere. I love you, Say, but she's going to be mad at me. I even
So, like,
called her out.
You can talk, you feel like you can talk about anything. Like
Yeah.
sex, sexual, farty, poopy.
To an
Marty!
extent. No, he's not even paying attention. He's plugging his ears. He's got his ears plugged anyway. No, we're so open. Like,
Yeah.
he's not going to be weirded out by something. He's just not. My parents aren't like that. I'm lucky to have that. But I have to tell you guys, Hannah was getting us ready, and this is my straight candid moment. It brought me back. I'm looking in the mirror and I open my eyes. And, I don't have my mascara on. I don't have my eyeliner on or anything like that. And if you're a girl, when you put your heavy makeup on and you put your eyeshadow on, you look in the mirror, you're like, whoa, like something's missing, right? You know what I'm talking about. And I look in the mirror and I had a flashback to middle school. Okay, hear me out. 6th grade, I came to school. I was so excited. I wore kind of like a punk rock
you
tee.
told me that.
I wore like a little punk rock tee because I was like, God, I'm feeling so edgy. I curled my hair for the first time. Like the back was straight, obviously, because you can't really see it. You're learning how to do your hair. I did my own makeup, and I walk in. This guy goes, "Oh my God, so how was your summer?" I'm like, "Oh, it's so good."
Thinking
Thanks
you
for
look hot
asking. I
shit.
thought I looked really good. And he goes, "Are you in a band?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, did you start a band over the summer?" He was dead serious. I looked like a rocker because I had so much fucking makeup on my face.
Did you use like black eyeshadow?
Yes, I did. I didn't know. I thought that was cool. You guys, social media wasn't a thing yet. I thought I was fly. I went home.
Fly.
Anyway, I looked in the mirror and I was like, I had a flashback, and then I looked in the mirror, straight face, and I go, what did I say? I look like a fucking star. After Hannah put on my eyeshadow and added the
I have to-
eyeliner and mascara.
So we're like done, and Syd's dead ass serious. She's like, I look good, and I'm like, yeah, you do. And then Hannah just finishes, puts the last eyelash on. Syd like opens her eyes, dead ass serious. I look like a fucking star. And I peed my pants.
I never do my
I
makeup.
don't know if it was like had to be there, but we were dying.
We were cracking up. It also could have been the nerves.
Wouldn't
We
it
like
be-
have an eye twitch.
Wouldn't
like,
it be fun to be a star? I want someone to do my makeup all the time.
Oh Lord.
Ben,
What?
do you have a straight Candid moment this week?
I do. I've been
You
saving
do?
this one because I haven't told you guys about it yet.
Fuck yes, let's go.
This is straight candid. Somebody needs to poop their pants, and I did 2 weekends ago.
Oh, let's hear about it.
So
Oh, God.
I went to Iowa State. I went to homecoming. I'm driving down. I decided that it'd be a great idea to have, there are these Takis flavored meat sticks.
Oh, what?
Jesus Christ.
I know, don't judge me,
That's,
okay?
that's where you
Where
draw
from the
line.
gas station? What are you doing?
It was like, I was in the mood for beef jerky, and I saw that, and I was like, I can't live with
Oh.
myself if I don't try
I
it.
was thinking beef flavored Takis.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like meat sticks that
No.
taste like Takis.
So it's a meat stick
yeah,
flavored.
but I was thinking Takis
flavored
that
the
tasted
flavored
like
Taki.
beef.
No.
Oh, no,
I'm like,
opposite.
"Bleh."
Opposite.
Still gross, but yeah.
So I'm driving down. I'm like halfway through this bag. I'm like, okay, these are pretty good. I realized this is the only thing that I've eaten all day. And if you guys are familiar with the podcast I did with them almost a year ago, actually, that's what got me in trouble the last time I shit my pants. So I get to
feels different sharing it in front of faces.
I
doesn't
know.
it? Like
I
shit.
have no shame. I get to Ames, immediately hit the bars. All of a sudden, my stomach's like not feeling it. I was like, oh shit. And I just let out a fart that was a little wetter than it needed to be. And I knew exactly what happened. So I had to like.
What'd you do? That's the question.
Luckily, my friend who I was staying with, his apartment right next to the bars. So all I had to do was ask him for the keys. I was like, hey, like I need a.
You didn't tell him. You didn't tell him.
No, I didn't tell him. I didn't tell anybody.
You didn't have to tell him.
You guys are the first
Did
people I'm
not have
telling.
to tell him. There's no way people didn't know that what happened.
Doesn't tell his friend. Tells everyone.
He's like,
just
here,
no
have my
way.
keys, but you smell like shit.
No, God.
And so I just went back, changed my underwear, came back, started drinking, shit my pants.
And you probably had another Taki in the between there, didn't you? Did you finish the bag?
I did not. Well, I finished
Okay.
the bag on the way
Oh,
home.
God.
I
What's
actually
even
myself.
what's even worse about shitting your pants is the fact that it was probably spicy. Spicy
God,
poop, you
no,
know?
stop.
Worse. Okay, next combo. This
Me, I'm like,
reminds
no.
me of. This reminds me of. Me and Plant Daddy. Shout out Plant Daddy. Hi, babe. Yay! We were at this little like pool party, and he was talking about his friend shared this story where he was at the bar. If I don't say this right, will you help me?
What's the story?
Okay, I'll keep going. So his friend was at the bar, and he was like somewhere in, I think it was like a Barcelona club. So it was like raging, and he had a shit, and he shit his pants, right?
No, he had to poop and then he went.
Oh, I remember now. Okay, he had to poop, but they didn't have toilet paper.
Oh,
But he
no.
had a shit anyway, so he shit, and he's like, screw it. So he took off a sock.
No, stop. Who is this? Who is this?
Pat's friend.
Wiped, you're outing this guy so bad.
Yeah, it's anonymous, right?
No, not really.
Wiped with his sock, and then took his other sock off and just like went
Oh, that's horrifying.
partied with no socks. And I was like,
I'm thinking of the like when he comes
What?
out. You know that song?
No.
Yeah, some people do. Oh, sad. No one knows it. I thought I sung it so well.
You know what else is weird about this live audience? Like
What?
when we think something's funny, we can actually tell, and I don't like it.
I know. I'm like, we can always
there's
just laugh.
just like straight face. Sometimes I'm like, fuck.
I promise we won't talk about poop this entire time. That ends
Yeah.
the poop conversation.
It's-
But we do have a conversation about icks.
Icks.
And speaking of poo, they're a little icky. You got
Icky,
icks.
icky,
Okay.
icky.
You know what an ick is? Everybody's like, yeah, I kind of do. An ick is something someone does that is instantly a turnoff for you, making you instantly hate the idea of being in with them romantically. Alternatively, it can be used to describe something that makes you feel uncomfortable or weirded out. So that's Urban Dictionary. Thanks, Urban Dictionary. But it's something that just-
I actually think this came from Love Island. So this is what
I
I've
did
heard,
read that.
right? Because I know
The woman, what's her
Well,
name?
it's just because it's
Logan?
think of like them being like, oh, it was an ick, such an ick,
Grab you for a chat.
and
It was
now
so ick.
kind of grab it for a chat. Yeah, we should have asked Andy, but
You go,
and but no, this conversation is just supposed to be funny and goofy. You're not going to jail if you have the ick. Some of my icks, I literally do. Like this is just a fun conversation we're having about icks. So don't come at us and be like, oh my God, you're so picky, blah, blah, blah. You know what
I
I'm
know,
saying?
because they're not like legit. I mean, icks can be legit, but usually it's underlying reason. We'll talk about that. But it's like when you get the ick, you just can't help it. I mean, it's weird. Do you have a first ick situation that you can remember?
Yes. So
I have one in my brain.
I went back and I was like, when was the first time I was icked out by a guy? And I had this little crush in I think 3rd grade.
Oh, whoa.
And yeah.
I was like thinking, I'm like, last year, my first ever ick. No,
oh no, like, and we were, this is why it's kind of funny. We were playing crack the egg on a trampoline and he was the egg. And I was like, that's fucking disgusting.
And you see them rolling around their head.
And they're like, they're just like,
when they kind of open up, and they're like, no, I didn't open up.
I'm like, I don't think I like you anymore.
You should quit. That's enough.
Being an egg on a trampoline, that's just never okay.
It's so gross. I can think of the first time I had a boyfriend, and you know, in the, like your early, like your middle school times, like you guys, you just love each other so much, but like you're sorry.
Sorry.
Love you.
Love.
Or love with a U V. I remember in all caps, he's like, sorry, baby,
Yeah.
love you. No, done. You're cut off. You're done. I'm dead serious.
no.
We broke up that next week, and that's not a joke. I'm serious. Because it's weird. I remember being like,
you can't unhear it.
oh my
unsee
God,
it.
you might like me more than I like you. Oh, geez, that's gross. Okay, I'm gonna leave.
What's funny is like I feel like icks are mostly for men, but then I'm like, like obviously they have icks too. But when you say it about a woman, is it like it's like misogynistic, right?
No, it's all.
No,
It's our
okay.
excuse for now. No,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So okay, do you have?
Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
So that was my earliest memory of an ick. My second one, this was another one
Another
that
one?
just like reminds me of, oh no, I think I was maybe 8th or 9th grade, family friends. We were out,
more.
we had like a little family combined dinner and I was so excited that he was there. And we're like talking after this family dinner and we had
I'm nervous.
spaghetti and he had like that orange ring around his mouth. I'm like, nope.
Come here, babe.
I'm not attracted to you
Come here,
anymore.
babe. Let
It's
me kiss ya.
over. The crush is done. And yeah, nothing happened because of that.
And then they wipe it on their white T-shirt, and you're like, I don't think that made it better. I still know where the ring is. It's literally sitting
It's just
right
like,
here on
and
your
it's just,
seam.
Everyone has it. I probably had it too, but it would not.
You
it
did
was
have
just
something in the corner of your mouth like a little bit earlier, but
right now.
you got it earlier. Did I have something in my tooth?
Yeah.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go.
the hell?
You got another
All right. Yeah, I said, I hate to say this. Anyone wearing with a sock with a hole in it,
Or dirty socks.
get them off Amazon, $2. Like, you gotta get rid of it. Gotta throw it away. Like, if you're scuffing around on the floor with a hole in your sock, like, don't even right now.
Speaking of feet.
So gross.
Speaking of feet, I just don't like guys' feet. Like I feel like guys' feet should be
Okay.
like wait. You know how they blur out boobs on like TV? They should blur out guys' feet. They have to. Like I don't want
Jordan
to
has
see
nice
it.
feet. He's
I
got
don't
nice
know.
feet.
Pat-
Careful with
Pat-
that. I don't
Pat,
have
your-
anything going on. I don't have anything going on. I'd like to point that out.
Um,
I wrote down when he stands with his feet pointing outward.
No.
Are you stable? Bend a knee. Holy hell. Oh my God.
I went on a date and this was another.
Plant Daddy, close your ears.
Oh no, it wasn't with Plant Daddy.
No, I know.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
it was. No, it wasn't. But I remember him calling the waitress by their first name, and I was like, oh.
Hey, Kathy.
Does that happen to you? No. To be funny though, right? Yes. Yeah, like thank you, Sean. Thanks, Sean. Like a little flirty. Girls can do it. When guys do it, yeah, they do. They love
do.
it.
But they're trying to win you, right?
That's the thing with these icks.
I don't need to work.
That's
you know
the
what I
thing
mean?
with the icks. I can do it, but you can't. You know?
Even though I literally have like, oh my God, all of these, I'm like, I've done this. I don't know why the like chasing a ping pong ball when they're like, oh shoot. Even it goes on the table and it goes in between people's
so
legs and they
good.
kind of stand there like, can I grab that ping pong ball? You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, sorry. Back to the table. Frig.
like they have like 2 seconds to grab the ball.
It's like, you're not timed, believe it
so
or not.
bad.
I don't have a timer on you right now. Oh my God. I'm going down my list and I'm just like picking ones that I'm like, I kind of do that.
I
Like
only
I for
have-
sure do that.
I'm gonna be real. I only have like 2 more, but
I got a few.
Sid has literally.
I
you
know.
should
I
see
got a
this.
list. Okay, how about when they've got their headphones on, they're playing video games, and they've got their little microphone on. They're like, "No, dude, literally, seriously, stop, dude. He came up behind me. Fuck."
Wait. Doesn't your boyfriend do that all the time? Doesn't Jordan
I
do that?
cannot confirm or deny that happens.
I like the
Jordan.
way. Can you imitate that one more time?
Dude, seriously, come on, no, you seriously came up behind me so fast. Seriously,
No, I like the way you said fuck.
fuck.
So
You know
good.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
are you fighting with kids on there over there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're probably 12, dude. Jordan, I'm not calling you out, by the way. I love you.
Okay, my next
I am
one
calling you out.
is I remember thinking this guy was really attractive, and he was sitting on a bar stool, and his feet were dangling. I'm like, no.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Why is that gross?
I don't
Damn,
know.
at me next time. God damn.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think. I
Like, just sit on a shorter chair so
No.
your feet don't dangle.
that is so savage. Jay Louis is probably pissed. Jay Louis. Sorry, dude. Oh my God. Okay, I'm reading this other one. This is, I don't know why I laughed so hard at this one. I thought of it. When you ask a retail worker for help, excuse me, and they don't hear you, and they just keep going. You're like,
Or like when a dude does
like,
that.
yes,
yeah.
when they're like in the store, like, I'll get some help. Hey, excuse me, ma'am. Oh,
You're
and
like,
then you just go quiet, and you're like,
be
just
more
standing there.
aggressive. Like,
get in there, tap her shoulder.
be a Karen for a second.
Get in there, go. Come on. Give her, tap her
Right.
little shoulder, huh?
Yeah.
Get her, tell her you're coming. You know what I mean? Come around the corner.
I have one more. So when he shows,
I'm reading these. I can't stop laughing. I'm not gonna lie.
this just, I feel like this isn't just like someone I'm dating. It's like my brother does this too. But when
here.
they think a YouTube video is the funniest fucking
Oh.
thing, and it's like dry humor, and they make you watch the whole thing, and you're just like so disinterested, and they're just laughing their ass off, and you're like pretend. Like
Or
I don't know.
They hold it and they go, wait
wait for this part. Wait for this part.
Hold on. Watch it. Oh, yeah. Like that.
Like, no.
You guys, I do that. I totally do that.
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna
you
say
gotta
your
see
name,
this.
but I didn't.
Watch yourself, buddy. Ben, you have like a million that you're thinking of right now?
Yeah,
You're like,
jump in.
absolutely.
Jump in.
Say the ick back to us, because I got a few here that I'm like, I know we do.
So this is funny. Jay and I had like a little conference. We're like, yo, bro, do you have, because you asked us both, yo, bro, do you
We're
have
gonna
any, do you have
get
any
the male
icks?
perspective on icks in a moment.
We
get
were
more.
we were talking. We're like, do you have an ick? No. Do you have an ick? No. The only one that I can possibly think of, I'm so sorry if this applies to you, Disney adults. Can't do it.
Oh, that's
Shit. People in the crowd are like, oh, really? Minnie thinks otherwise. Like that, like literally.
Catch me
I don't-
never getting dragged by like a Disney adult around Disney World. I've heard from my friends who have dated Disney adults, it sounds like not the happiest place on earth.
But the
ever.
butterbeer, Ben. But the butterbeer.
No.
That is so funny. I've never thought about that.
I hate to say it. I have that a little bit too.
I have that ick too. Yeah.
I have that a little bit, and I'm not hating on you guys because I got weird passions too that you're probably like, okay, like why are you looking at that? You know what I mean? Or videos or whatever it is. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to think of something to compare.
I
it
just
to.
know Jordan is a Disney adult, so for sure.
He's like, where is he?
You know what would probably be you? Like a finance crypto bro?
Oh,
Guy tries to
yeah.
explain stock market.
They wear their
stuff.
hat all the way up here to make it look like I am like 6'7". You know what I mean? Like when they have the, you know what I'm talking about? You can see the hair gap right here. It's just barely grazed on their forehead, and they're like, "Yo, it's the Chad." You know you've seen a Chad at Sally's bar or some bar. You know you have. Don't lie. Okay, wait. This one got me. I don't know why. I'm laughing harder than you guys. You have a dance circle at a wedding. We saw this
I
one
know
together.
exactly what you're gonna say.
And
Yep.
you see your like significant other go up there and try to like get in it, but they're on the outside kind of just like dancing like a little bit and they can't get in. I'm sorry, that's so bad, isn't it? They're probably like, holy hell. Okay, I have one more because this happened with Jordan and I today. Sorry, I'm like laughing too hard. He hooks his phone up to the car, like we're driving to work out in the morning. It's like very early, and literally Miley Cyrus comes on, like the song, like middle of the song he'd been playing. And the last time we got in the car, it was "Call Me Maybe" by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh, Jordan.
And like I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, God damn it. Why couldn't you just be listening to a little rap, a little flume, a little something like hype up? Hey, I just met you. And this is crazy. I'm just picturing him, Chris, another road, like, oh yeah, that's a good part. I love that
You know,
song.
my boyfriend likes those kind of songs too.
I know,
realize.
and I do too.
And we listen to like
So-
the hard rap shit too.
I
So that's
know.
funny.
So why am I getting mad?
This reminds me too of like in the car. I saw this TikTok and I was like, I kind of feel this. So she was talking about an ick with her boyfriend, and he was next to her, and she goes, my biggest ick is when a guy pulls out and uses his GPS. He should know where he's going. He needs to know exactly where he's going.
Everybody.
Like, yeah, everywhere. She's like, babe, I don't even, like, this is a new state we've never been here. She's like, you should still know where you're going. I don't want to see you use the GPS.
I drive to the same spot every Tuesday, Wednesday to my work, and honestly, I go there almost every day.
Still
and
use
I
it.
still use my
Same.
GPS because I want to know the minute that I'm going to get there, even if I'm not late for anything. I
That's
want to
what
know that I'm going to get there
yeah.
at 4:17.
That's
And if
exactly
it goes
what I
up
do.
a minute, I'm like, are you kidding me? And like, I'm like, I'm not even
Exactly.
I'm not late. I'm not needing to be on time. Like, why am I mad?
You guys wrote in some icks, and
I
I'm
know.
going to share a few because you guys are savage. Okay.
Loose plaid boxer.
If you want, yeah, that was a good one.
I
If
thought
you
that
want,
was
I'll pull up
hilarious.
the Instagram if you have any more that you see on here because I have some.
Okay, well, because they were still rolling in. I know.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Very specifically, she says, jamming out to songs that I know the song, yet they vaguely know. So it's there. So like they're just mumbling it. Like they can't figure out how to sing it. Next one says, an old fuck buddy used to say Aki Mo instead of awkward moment without a trace of irony.
I don't
He
like that
also
at
used
all.
to call nipples, wait for it, nip nops.
That's sexy. This one says, calls me princess.
Oh.
I don't know why. If you like that one, I get it. If you're going to Disney and stuff, but I'm just kidding. I had to. I'm so sorry. I'm just kidding, you guys.
When guys call girls chicks. And I'm like, okay, I feel that though. When guys show off. I dated this dude and he brought me back to his room and was showing me juggling skills with a pair of socks. Like he wouldn't stop. No. Honestly, when a guy tries to show off anything, or we forgot to say,
What?
when a guy like tries really hard to sing.
But the thing is,
Like,
you do
it's
that
like-
all the time.
Yeah, I do.
And I tried to, and I'm
My-
terrible. This one, I just remembered an ick, you guys. And granted, I want to reiterate that we literally do all of these. Like it's just funny because you're like, why does it gross me out? We'll talk about it, but everybody does these. Okay. I had an ex. I feel bad. I'm bringing up exes, but I'm like, Jordan, sorry. Like, I love you, babe. It was way back when we were young. And I remember I broke up with him. It wasn't the same one. It was like right after that. So still kind of middle school time. And he wrote me a poem
Oh, yep.
about our love.
I'm going to be honest. I kind of like
No, like it was like, your love is crazy. You're my baby. Like one of those. I was like, thank you.
Do you guys remember that DM I got and it was a poem and I read it?
Yes,
what
I do.
episode was that? It was actually pretty good.
I don't remember. It was like 40 something.
I like
remember.
that.
I did like that. Okay, I gotta hear what the guys gotta
Yeah.
say because
Boys'
I've been.
perspectives, Jay, Jerdy,
I
and
asked,
Ben.
I've
We
asked
need
a
some
few of my
icks.
buddies, Jordan and Matt back there. You know where you are. These are the ones that they told me earlier
Okay,
because
let's
I
hear
had to get a few because I'm like, we're gonna be just like ripping on people. They said any guy or any woman that says bro, yo bro,
I say bro
I
a
say
lot.
bro all the time. Dang it.
Me
Or
and-
dude.
Me and Pat literally called each other dude like our second message.
This
Oh,
one
there.
says dirty, unkept nails, feet or hands.
Jay, you have to get over here too.
Where's Jay, Louis?
Where's
He's in
Jay?
the bathroom. He's coming.
Okay, what else did your friend say?
Unkept nails is the other one. And if they wear the same shoe sizes. So if he's an 8 and she's an 8 too. Oh, that's a bummer.
What did I just walk
That's a bummer.
Come take a seat.
I
Come
have
take
big
a seat.
feet too. Oh,
You
you're
can
sitting
sit
down?
You can stand. Jay can sit. Sit.
Sit
So we
down,
got
Jay
we
Louis.
got Jay and Jerdy. We're gonna get a male's perspective on icks. So icks, as in females, like what do girls do that gross you out immediately? That turn off. You have one.
Me first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say like when you go on a first date, if one, when you pay for it, if they don't thank you or
Oh.
that's a big one, or if they don't at least offer to split. Like obviously we're gonna pay, but on the first or second date, if they don't at least offer.
So you like the offer.
I like the
okay.
offer. Like
what do we think
obviously
about
we're
that?
gonna pay for it, but
What if
you
you
don't at least
forgot your
offer,
card?
you know, I don't know. That's just me. Or at least at the very least say thank you. Like I've been
Yeah.
on somewhere they don't even thank you, and it's like
Okay, that's an ick for sure.
That's an
that's
ick
a
for
nick.
sure.
That's a nick for me.
Absolutely.
Do we agree with that? Yeah. Okay.
There's a head
Because
nods.
I feel like you guys offer, but you're like, you better fucking pay for it. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like at the very least, say thank you. Like I've been on somewhere they don't even say thank you. Like
Yeah,
I don't
for
know.
sure.
Basic.
Do you have any? Do you have another one, Ben? Do you have another one, Jerdy? Another one? Let's keep
I have
going.
another one. Another one for me is when they like correct you on almost everything. So like if you're like
yeah.
maybe it's not the first date, but
You
like
just went on a date like that, didn't you?
if you're like multiple dates in or whatever, and like you're like interested in your friends or family, and like you're telling a story or anything, and they just correct you on every single detail or something like
I
that.
went there as well. It was different.
It's like no.
That's how it is though. You tell a story. No, I went there. Yeah, too. They're like, okay,
No,
I know.
It's just
No,
like the
yes,
little
yeah,
like
yes.
the meaning or like like stuff like that. It's like
The one or
that's
upper.
it for me.
The one or upper gets me. I went there too, and I like stayed at the castle, and you're like, okay.
The castle.
You know what I mean? I'm thinking of when people went abroad, and they're like, no, I went abroad too, and I like went to a castle, and you're like, okay. I went, and I did this thing. I did that as well, and it was like crazy nice skydive right there, and you're like, okay, never mind.
Well, I scuba dives.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Jay. What do you got?
It's tough. I mean, I don't really have
Holding
a.
this like a rapper.
Sorry. I'm from LA, so I thought I was just a rapper, authentically. I would say I think an ick for me is like if I give a girl, a girl wants to go on a date and she wants the guy to obviously tell her like, hey, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing. But you want to be conscious of the things that maybe allergies, maybe things that she doesn't like to do, maybe, whatever. So you kind of give her a couple of options. And then she says, you maybe give her one or two options saying, hey, I have this place and I have this place in mind. And she goes, no, it's just up to you. Jesus Christ, I just gave you fucking two options here. Pick a place, all right? I did all the work. Pick a place,
That is literally
and
me.
we'll go. I'll make the reservation. It's that easy.
All you
That's
gotta
an
do
ick,
is let me know.
Clearly, it can tick me off here. So I would say, yeah, that's a tick. But other than
That's a
that,
tick.
I really don't have a lot of ticks.
Wait, I like this one, but
Oops, sorry.
ticks. I like
Jay,
this one,
you were killing
but I feel like if she were to have allergies or like she would just not let you pick, you know what I mean? So I feel like maybe just tell her the spot. Don't give her the options.
That's a great
Don't even give her the
opinion
options.
there, Soph.
Yep.
But also, like, you want to be respectful of the person's choice. Like, maybe she doesn't. Maybe you're going to a place that serves a lot of pork, right?
Yes.
Maybe she doesn't like a lot
yeah,
of
like
pork.
a pork place, absolutely.
But maybe like
BBQ.
maybe she wants a really good steak. So you give her a good steak place and a good pork place, right? Or a sushi
Where are you
place.
going?
Or a sushi place. And you're just
Okay.
like, all right. And she's like, pick a place. So then what if you pick the wrong place? Right?
Hey, listen, that's a drama for another time.
I'm
We're not
just
going to
saying
decode it
that's an
today.
ick.
We're not. Fair enough. Between
Or
steak and
ick.
pork, I want neither. No, I'm just kidding.
Or tick, ick, whatever you want to say.
Do you have any other ticks? Before, if
Honest
any other
ticks.
guys have a really good one, by
Ticks,
the way, you
icks.
can come share.
If you're like, absolutely, I do.
To be quite honest, I'm just kind of a free-flowing guy. So it's like.
You are pretty chill. Besides, if she can't pick between pork and steak.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
Honestly, I'm not
Jesus.
going to lie. That came up off the top of my dome within the 30 seconds that I was sitting in this couch.
J. Louis, you're the best. You're literally the best. Thanks for being up here.
You're welcome, BB.
All right, off you go. Free now. Free. Bye. Oh my God. Okay, fair enough. I feel like we didn't get roasted as much as we kind of wanted to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like guys, girls, we all do all the icks. So just know that. Have fun with it. But they kind of mean something. So it's not just that you get an ick, and it's not just like because you think the person is icky because they did that, right?
Yeah.
For me, especially like reflecting on this before, I was like, okay, what the heck is an ick about, right? It's usually something I'm not paying attention to and I'm trying to ignore about the situation of the relationship, right? So I'm like, it's likely I either know that I don't like this person very much, if it's a real ick. Like I'm talking about the ones where you're like, I want to cut this off tomorrow because that just weirded me out so bad, right? Or especially when you're out and about with a group of friends. It's like, I clearly am ignoring something of this relationship that I'm not able to talk about with this person. It probably means poor communication. It probably means you're an attachment style of, what's it called when you're like, you need the person's attention. Anxious attachment. Because if you think about it, have you ever gotten an ick from somebody who was like a dissociative attachment? Like they're floating around. They're not by you. They're coming in and out. They're inconsistent.
What's also interesting is like, I feel like me and my boyfriend are still like in a honeymoon phase, and I was like, okay, we should come up with icks with our like relationships. And I was like, I can't really think of one of him, but I can think of one of all my exes, right? Or like guys that I'm like not into, like, oh, that grossed me out. So I think it definitely has to do with like, how healthy and, you know, progressive, I guess, your relationship is.
They say that it's like, I'm going to push you away and make up something that's cringe, and sometimes it's reflective of something that you didn't have in your childhood, which is what I was reading about. A psychologist came out. She wrote a book. I'm blanking the book name, but it's actually like, if you're weirded out, I'm trying to think of an example because the sock one is just not working. The dance one, maybe it was like you weren't allowed to have as much fun as you like think you could, and it could totally be subconscious. It's things that it's not obvious to you, right? So like if we think about our childhood development, we're not thinking about that every day, but you think of the first like few months of your life to age 7 and up, even right in that middle ground there, it's like the most developative, is that a word? Developative years.
Developmental.
Oh, okay. Bye. I don't care. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
Bye.
But it's true. It's something likely reflective of you and your poor communication and something you need to figure out. Like for me, when I got the ick and I was seeing somebody, right, and I got the ick really bad, I knew that I didn't like this person. And when I reflected, I was like, I didn't like this person. I was trying to force it. I was trying to make it work. I knew our personalities weren't the same. And I was literally just trying to find some sort of substance to be like, you had holes in your socks and we're over.
It's like that same feeling of when you like hope they fuck up, like hope they cheat on you or like that kind of thing, because you just want like an easy way out.
I know.
But an ick is something that like, and that's what sucks, because like if you have a few icks and you're like, yeah, like we need to break up, like why? I'm like, you chew with your mouth open, or like you have a hole in your socks, or you listen to country, like all those things that just turn you. You sit on bar stools with your feet dangling, like it just can't happen.
But when you're
like, how do you do that?
How do you work on that? The thing is it's like when you're in a healthy relationship, though, those icks they're hilarious. They're hilarious. If I saw Jordan dancing in the outside of a wedding circle, I would be crying.
I was gonna say, it's almost like the best thing about them.
What is he doing? Like, what is that?
Someone else's ick is probably like your favorite quirk. You know what I'm saying?
Like
so like,
if you truly like a person, the quirkiness becomes what you probably love the most, right? Like the weird music that they listen to and the funny things that you're like, you catch them doing that and you're like, what the hell? I freaking love your weird ass.
Like
you know what I mean?
Trying to smell all my farts.
What? That one's different. And now you're here. You better fess up, buddy. That one's a kink. That one's a kink.
Yeah,
that's a little different.
Kink,
that's not an ick. That's a kink, honey. Okay.
All right, we're doing some Q&As. So Miss Allie is gonna start.
She goes, oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, you look cute. Hi, Allie. Allie, what's your question? She goes,
okay, my guy friends tell me that they don't like masculine energy in females, like independent, can do things on their own, work out, wake up earlier than them, that kind of thing. How would you deal with it / why do you guys not like it?
okay, I have a few questions. Why?
Love that, Allie.
I love that question, but why do they care? Why do they care if you get up early? Like, why do they care if you're working out and being a badass? Like, honestly, like you should be you're like the hype woman then if you're like the boss doing all that, right? Like, to me, I'm like, well, you have insecurities, right? That's probably why you're angry. If maybe you're in their face, Allie, you've got a bold personality. Like, I know you personally, you know what I mean? Like, we have bold personalities. Like, we're a little in people's faces. Not everyone's going to like you.
Find guys that match that, or like are confident in themselves, because they won't, portray those insecurities onto you. Like, you should be able to wake up early and him not feeling like, who cares? I just definitely is their own insecurities. And being that confident person is actually like a very, I think, great attribute to have, and some people will absolutely love it. So the guys that are intimidated by it probably aren't the ones for you, because they need to work on their own shit for sure.
That's just, it's weird that people would care. I don't know. Like for me, I'm like, who cares? Like, who freaking cares? Also, then if that's what's pushing you away, your good qualities are going to make you go away. Okay, bye. Like, that's crazy.
Hi, baby.
Hi. So
Hi.
I'm up here and I'm a little nervous, but I think it's because you both look incredible. Oh my God. Let's hear it.
Hannah did it.
You're making me nervous.
I know.
You're
My
pretty
heart's
cute.
fluttering a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, is there something going on? Do you feel it too? I know you do.
I feel
It's
it.
okay.
We feel it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we feel it.
So my question for both of you, working in fitness, right? Podcast hosts, very popular in the Twin Cities. Do you feel this pressure to be on all of the time, even when you're off? And if so, how does that make you feel?
Did you read my mind for this one? Yes, absolutely.
I thought about this today because I sat getting my nails done like this. And I had the massage chair on, and I literally, my double chin was on. I was in, like, I had sweats that had, like, stains on them, and I'm just sitting there, like, no makeup, just like, and then I sat up, and I was like, is anyone looking at me? I'm like, oh my God. the thing is I'm like, the best part about the podcast is that we built it to be real. Like the whole point is I think we're making a shift, and I'm like not going to go too big, but like social media is shifting from being posed and fake into being something that's real. And that's like everything we could ask for. But the thing is we were doing that before it started to shift. And that is just like an emphasis on why we are the way we are, why we do what we do, because we're the type of people that make people feel comfortable. Like if you're the one that's in a group and you feel like the oddball out and you feel uncomfortable, I'm going to freaking make sure that you don't feel weird. I'm going to make sure that your jokes are hilarious. And I'm going to be like, you know what? You can come sit by me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, it's not about being on. I think it's our genuine selves. When I look like a rat, yeah, it's not great. When someone's like, I recognize you. I'm like, I look different sometimes when I go on the mic.
I
Not usually,
actually
though.
I love the way you answer that, because I wasn't thinking about it like that.
Really?
And I totally agree with all that. Like the fact that, yeah, like the point of this is like to be human and like fuck up and shit your pants and all that funny stuff. But for me, like I do understand what you're saying with like being on, because still, like obviously right now we have to be on, like we're recording a podcast.
Right.
And as fitness coaches and socializing and trainers, like this morning I literally coached 3 classes where she was like, hey,
Oh, hi.
I was like, Kira's on my class. But it is hard for me, not only because like, yeah, you guys know like we can fuck up when we record a podcast or fuck up when I'm coaching, but it's still like brain power for me. And so I get exhausted a lot and really fast. And like if I build up, I literally have to have 2 days of like, I can't talk to anyone. And I feel bad because like now that I'm living with someone, I like feel bad coming home and I'm like, I literally can't hold a conversation sometimes because there's just a lot going on in my head and like feeling the pressure to be on, not necessarily like look a certain way all the time. And like that, I feel like being candid is kind of transformed even into like my personal brand. Like now I work with women who I want to eat more food to feel like they're more sustainable and increase their metabolism and like embrace the little insecurities. Like I used to be like, all right, let's get shredded. And now I'm more like, let's like live a healthier lifestyle and like be who you're meant to be and find your potential, I guess. So it's like, it's transforming not only like with this podcast, but into like who I am and into my own like career for sure. It's not about perfection. Yeah.
Boundary setting too of like, I can't be on all the time anymore. Like I literally just cannot do it anymore. Like I tried to be, I usually like, I feel like I am on, but I'm like, I can't do it all the time. Like I have days when I go to work and I'm like, I was probably a bitch today. And now I'm anxious because I feel like somebody probably thought I was being like crazy or like I was being a little more on edge. And you just kind of have to remember that everybody's human. If you give them grace, they're probably giving you grace, right? But being on in all the things that we do, it is a lot. Like I won't lie, it's a lot. But I set boundaries now where like last night I'm like, we were in bed by like 8:30 and I was eating cookie dough bites and I was having the best night of my life watching a movie with my sugar. So like. You just gotta set. You gotta, and usually I would fill my Friday nights with going out. I should add that, right? I would go out and I would see friends who want to see me, and I'm like, no, I can't. I had the longest week of my life. I got in a car accident, did all the things. I can't do it. Like I'm so burnt out. So burnt out.
It's funny that you mentioned like being kind of sassy or being a bitch because I sometimes I feel like that too. Like even when I'm at my other jobs, like trying to hold conversations, sometimes I like actually can't. So if I've ever been short with anyone here, it's like literally it's because I'm trying to get in my car and go home to probably cry, but it's fine. Just kidding.
Does anyone else have a question for us? Oh, you got a few.
Yeah, we got 2 more. Okay, 3 more, 4 more.
There's a few more. Okay, we'll roll.
Hi.
So I got so excited.
100th episode. Congratulations. We all love you.
Thank you.
I love you.
My question is if you can like reflect your milestone moment that you're most proud of or just like your most favorite moment, because it's been really fun to watch your journey and I think it's good to reflect and, you know, feel proud about yourself today because this is big and we love you. And
Thank you. Wow.
Mine would probably be yesterday. One of them.
Wait.
We had.
I go, wait, what? I'm like, I think I
true.
blacked it out because I was like too
I mean,
excited.
I have plenty. I'm just going to share one. You can share. You probably have a few more too. But we had Nick Vile on the podcast. He's going to be episode 101. Yeah, right. And it was just, it was crazy because we didn't even do any outreach for that. Like he reached out to us. So it was
it's crazy.
It was like the fact that is possible. Like what would we do if we did the outreach? So we're like, this is pretty sick. So that was like a moment where I was like, holy fuck, Syd.
Well, we were sitting there and he started talking and I was like, why we're on a
talking to-
FaceTime with Nick Vile.
I was like, so weird.
I was like, this is weird. Like he was on The Bachelor like 7 times. And I was like, I'm just sitting there and like it's like fandom because it's like I think we started this with the intention of like creating a community and being real and like doing what maybe like the Midwest is not known for. It's like sugarcoating everything, right? Not to say everybody is, of course not, but normalizing it here. And all of a sudden we were able to touch people that like validate like what we're doing. Basically is what that did. It validated us. I would say my other like most proud moment, maybe it's getting Bud Light as a sponsor or Athletic Greens as a sponsor. That's a huge deal because those are things that we already use, right? Bud Light, AO, but like also Athletic Greens because I believe in it. Or I would say our first fitness event, which was at where was it? Outside somewhere. Yeah. Outside somewhere. Just the fact that people showed up, like 100 people came from God knows where, came out of the trees probably. I don't know where you were. And I'm like, whoa, oh my God. And then the police came and it was hilarious. Like it was just like a surreal moment to think like when we record, I don't think people realize that we talk into a microphone and it goes into a computer and then it's over with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't know the ears that are listening to it. I mean, we can see numbers sometimes, yes, but numbers don't mean anything until you see the faces, right?
Also the studio, obviously.
I know.
And then it's great when
dream.
like videos, TikToks go viral because then our episodes get like thousands and thousands of more downloads. So like we love when a TikTok goes viral because we're like, yes, we'll get more downloads, which means how sponsorships work, more downloads, more impressions. So awesome.
Okay, wait, another one.
Yeah,
We had a few.
next.
Mine is probably the
Jordan has
top
one too.
40. Oh, you mean?
Oh, Ben.
I thought you more
some.
accolades. Sorry.
Oh, well, go. Yes.
I just want to say the top 40 was probably like the coolest moment because we were all like in the group chat, like, oh my God, like, and it was a really like fun moment within the group. I feel like sometimes we get really stressed about this, and then those moments are like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You're like, wow, we just did it. Jordan has a question too. He's been waiting back there. You have to come up though.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry. There's two. You got a few.
You have to sit in
Jordan,
that
you can
chair
sit
when
right-
you're next. So
I'll
you
sit over there.
stand. Come stand.
Oh, it's going like this. Sorry, guys. I just was like, I didn't realize people were moving. Where was I?
Hi. I'm Kari.
Hi, Kari.
So excited to be here.
So excited to have you.
Yeah, Syd.
I
1
love
week
your
friendship
fuzzy.
here.
I know, right?
My question is, who would you each have as your like favorite guest? Someone
Dream guest.
Yeah, dream guest. Who you'd
I
like
got
to have
someone
on
in
the
mind right
podcast
away.
someday?
I know who it is.
Oh crap.
Do you have one?
Last time someone asked me this, I panicked and said Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Mine is 1000% without a doubt Whitney Simmons. If you're familiar with her, she's a fitness lady. She's the coolest, realest person ever. She's talked about how
I feel like we could do that.
well.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, like, what? She tried, tried to commit suicide. She has psoriasis. She's got all these issues. She's had haters that literally basically took her down, and she like is the most amazing person ever. And like more humble, is a boss, like making clothing brands within like Gymshark. Like, who are you? Like, that is the coolest thing. So I admire her so much. I would kill to have her on. And then maybe Drake. Sorry,
Drake. Mine would probably be, just because this is what got me into podcasts and I know people, I like don't even want to mention it because like people compare us to this a lot, but we are completely different.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
is Call Her Daddy is Alex Cooper. Like I think she's transformed so much, and I like think she's amazing now, and I'm like she's an inspo. So I would love to have her on. That's like definitely dream.
or like Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Oh my
sick.
God.
I
Like,
also
that'd be-
really think we should reach
Jordan.
out to have you guys ever watched Couples Therapy on Hulu?
Oh yeah.
I think it's Hulu, right? I think her name's Esther Perel. Is that her name?
Yeah, the therapist.
Yeah.
I watched that all the way home. It's on the planes now. You
To
guys
have
look for
her
it.
come on would be amazing. I think that'd be so fun.
I was crying.
Yeah.
And Jordan's just watching football next to me. And I'm like, on the plane. I'm like, oh, hi.
Hi, Jordan. Do you have
Hi,
a question
Jordan.
for us?
This was not planted, by the way. You guys don't know what I'm about to ask.
Okay. I'm like, what is this?
What's like the 3, 5, 10-year plan for
Oh gosh.
the podcast? Do you guys have
Financial plan 3 year.
do you have any long-term outlooks on the podcast?
Do you see what I go home to? What are you
Well,
going to do with that?
I
in
would be
10
so
years?
stressed. I'd be like, don't
Just
talk
kidding.
to me about that right now.
No, that is a really good question.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
He goes, thank you. 3-year plan. Like we've talked about this very vaguely, but I'm just going to add in a sprinkle.
I
in a
feel like
few
I could
things.
say future plan. I don't have like that time mark.
I know. I'm like 3-year plan, I would hope we have like 5x our current listens, which would mean we can all think of the numbers, right? Like closer to like the 500,000 like area, right? Like per episode. I would love that, but like I don't have a time frame for it. I would say the next one would be that we like do a little stint in California, maybe like where we go there and we get a bunch of guests and we stay there for like a few months and we're doing guests there.
In-person guests.
Yes.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
Taking this full time would probably be another goal for like 3 years out, I would say. But then it just goes for me, and then I'll let you go, is like, it turns to like having fitness events like for people, or like having women empowerment events, like when a topic stems around like assault situations or different thing like that, like having it be a community more than it is a podcast, like in a way.
Almost make it like Candid, straight Candid is a brand,
right,
not just a podcast.
So we'd have events where it could be a retreat if it, like depending on what the need is or the topic is, like that's
dreaming.
Yeah, that's a dream.
Love it. Also, I mean, everything you said, so I'm just going to add to it. I think like we've had listeners reach out from other areas in Minneapolis. Like, I wish you were coming to Nashville. I wish you, so like doing some sort of tour would be really fun. Yeah. Yeah.
We have, you guys, we have listeners in like all over the world. It's kind of insane. So if you're listening right now, we are thinking about you, right? As we have local people. Yeah. We appreciate you wherever you are.
All right. Any other questions, you guys? Yes.
You do? Okay. Our last and final. Okay, 2 more.
2 more.
There you go. Okay, we got 2 more. We'll keep them quick, I promise. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I'm feeling a lot of gratitude so that I could get to meet you today. And like, some amazing
We're making eye contact this whole show.
I know,
like you're the person I've been looking at. I feel comfortable staring at you.
I got you. You're doing
and
amazing.
you look great.
Yes, we're just, yeah. I've been listening for a year. Like, you guys make my Thursdays. Like, it's been amazing. It's just like inspiring to see what you've grown here, like a business. So I'm curious, as you think about like building a podcast, what's been the best and the worst advice you've received as you built this?
Oh,
best advice I can say right off the bat. I think I've shared this now 4 times on the podcast, but it's so good, is especially when you're starting a podcast or doing anything public and you're trying to be your authentic self, which I think is really important these days, is to not worry about like the one person you don't want to hear what you're saying. Like, you always have one person in mind, like my dad when I'm talking about sex. Don't think about the one person you don't want to hear. You just have to pretend you're the only one listening. You're just talking to your friend, or you're just, so like being candid and being authentic, I think is so important. So that's kind of, I would say the best piece of advice that I've gotten from that. Do you have a best one? I'll think of my worst.
I know. I'm trying to think of like what it would be. Get organized right off the bat. Of course, my like anxiety brain goes right to that, because they were like, you need to be more organized. Like, you need to get it together. And we were like, who cares? I think our like LLC paperwork is over there somewhere. Like, you need to have everything perfectly aligned, and like, thank God for Ben for all having like set up systems in place and like things to roll, because if you don't, you will just stir random anxiety that is not necessary and create so much anxiety, and then things don't move well. Like, they're not fun. Like, it turns into a mess.
Yeah. I would also say though, that's like once we had the podcast started, because you don't have to have that lined up right when you start.
No.
Like, the other best piece of advice is start before you're ready. Like, you're me and Syd were like, fuck, we can't do this first episode. We can't do this like we spent way too long, but you just have to start. And I think then you figure out that organization stuff. And like, thank God for Ben for creating workflows for us and stuff like that, because me and Syd we both like are organized, but in our different ways. And Ben was able to kind of like streamline it for both of us. So it is important to kind of have some person, if you have different communication styles, have someone who's there to kind of like mediate that too, for sure.
Worst advice, I would say like, well, just if I'm asking somebody's opinion on like, what do you think about this episodes or like whatever, and they're like, just put it out there. Like, who cares? And like, my gut's telling me don't put it out there. I've done that. I felt terrible. You know, I've put something out there that I shouldn't have said, or like I hadn't thought it through fully, or it sounded like I was promoting something when I should have thought of the other side. Like, listen to your gut. If something feels wrong, get it away, because the worst thing that could happen is that gets out and it's the wrong ears and it's the wrong situation and it just sounds straight up bad.
One time someone told us to just go back to sitting back.
Sit back and look pretty. No, honey, I'm running a business.
We said,
no,
so that's
I'm
also
running a
the
business.
worst advice.
Yeah, so don't listen to people like that. But that's a really good question. You had one more.
Oh, wait, can I hop in?
Oh, sorry. Hi, Ben.
Yeah, hello.
I forget, because usually, guys, he's right here, so I can see him if he's like, I'm going to add
I'm just waving at him. this kind of fits it both, both. You don't need the best equipment. I feel like everybody is always like,
good point. This is really fancy.
Oh, this is way fancy. If you want to, you can start
do it
a
on
podcast.
your iPhone.
Yeah, exactly.
If you wanted to, yeah.
iPhones are so great. That's how me and my co-host started our podcast, was like just talking into the mic using voice memo. And like once you get through like 20 episodes, then maybe throw some money at nice mics. But like people will sit there and be like, I don't have this camera, I don't have this mic. And it's honestly, they buy it and then they figure out, oh, I hate this. And then so don't buy the fancy stuff.
Yep. Love that.
All right, last question here.
Okay.
Hi.
Sophie, we're actually from the same hometown.
Really?
Yeah, our parents are friends.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Wait, what's your last name? Schmitz. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
our dads work together.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
I
God.
love
What
this.
the heck?
Yeah, so kind of like hometown vibes.
I love this.
But my question is, because I just feel like being in your 20s can be really hard sometimes, comparing yourself to other people and just where everyone else is in their lives. So I just want to know, how do you keep yourself from comparing where you are in your life and your accomplishments to everyone else's?
Oh, I love this.
That's a good question.
Because that's hard when you're in your 20s. It's especially with social media around everything. Everyone looks like they're doing the best thing ever. But that's not the truth. I think in your 20s, if you're not confused, you're probably doing it wrong, because you are actually spending the time to make those fuck ups and like be confused and figure out your path, because a lot of times the people that aren't confused are in those jobs where secretly they're probably a little bit unhappy. So I would say the confusion and the comparison is a different I guess topic, but the confusion I think is a good thing in your 20s.
I agree.
Comparison, do you have anything to say about that?
Comparison will always continue, probably, right? But you have to remember, like, the people doing these extravagant things are like the 0.01% that are just like able to flaunt it and look like they're doing the best thing ever. We all can admit that on our social media pages, we do show the best parts of everything, right? We're trying to be better about showing the real stuff. So you just have to be realistic, and also like I work on just like being grateful for what I have too. Like you kind of have to also self-reflect on like, I got my shit figured out as far as I can like see in front of me. Like I fucked up last week. Yep. Probably gonna fuck up this week, but at least I'm like trying new things like you said. And for me is like, if I am second guessing myself and like doubting myself to start something or just do something, and I'm looking at this person, I'm like, they're 2 years in, like, how am I gonna get there? I don't think I can get there. It's like, you gotta start. You got to see if that's even what you want to be shooting for. Like, what if you don't even want that and you're 2 weeks in and you're trying to be like a fitness guru and that's not what you want? Like, you got to try, right? Like, instead of just sitting and keeping the feelings inside and, you know, sitting in bed. Like, but we all have those dark moments. Let's be real. Yeah. So be mindful of that and be easier on yourself.
I also think comparison when it comes to like looks and body dysmorphia, things like that, like we've all been there. And I think living more authentically yourself and like addressing that, like we do, like, oh, I had a bad fucking day, I had a bad body image day, working on it with therapy and talking to your friends, not hiding it and not trying to be someone or Photoshop things, you know, to make yourself look different and feel different. Living that way also, I think in return makes you feel better about yourself. That. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Like, and that's kind of why this podcast is therapy, because it's like, oh my God, I fucked up and I'm embarrassed about it. Let's share it. Like, and I'm like, oh, it's human, like, and more relatable. Like,
I agree.
Just addressing it and labeling it and being okay with it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
There's so much advice for your 20s too. I'm like, but we're halfway through it. We got a lot more to learn. Lot more. Mm-hmm. But you can start it. Trust me. Whatever it is that you're debating on starting, just take one step at a time, 1 week at a time, and just fucking do it. Yeah. Like, just go. You're a rock star.
Yay.
I hate when people say that. I love it. We are so close to wrapping. So thank you for being patient with us and loving it. And hopefully you're having fun too. I'm like,
thank you so much for asking questions.
I know. I appreciate it. We should just really quick reflect on like 100 episodes and just like have a second to like think about it. Right. Like we've come a long freaking way. Take a second. Just be quiet. Will you? But a lot of episodes, a lot of guests, a lot more to come. If you're listening out there too, think about like things that you want to see for the next 100, right? Like we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue this. We're going to keep fighting for it. We've changed a lot. We're sitting probably, and a lot of you probably don't even know this, like in the best place that we've ever been, ever in the podcast. 100 episodes in, right? Like that's crazy. People forget you start a business with a friend. It's hard.
If you want real candid, we literally just started couples therapy last week.
We're in couples therapy, right, honey?
Yeah, baby.
Right, honey?
It's just
Don't say
nice
that.
to stay on top of your shit, to be honest, because when you're working with a friend, like it can get messy. So it's like, why not just like address the things with a mediator right there? Boom, boom. Like I wish even your boss, don't you wish you could have therapy with your boss? Sometimes you're like, oh my God, can I just tell you something without like, so.
And we get on there and we're like, she's like, so what's wrong? We're like, I don't know.
Nothing right now. But
nothing right now, but we're good right now. But of course, then like the week before we were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I just looked in the back and Jay Louis being held by Pat.
I know.
That's
I'm
really
like,
cute.
what is happening?
To celebrate our 100th episode, we picked out our most favorite Straight Candid moment of all time, and I forget where this woman, I'm pretty sure, is from overseas.
I think she was London.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. I remember we got it. And we were like,
who knows about Poo Poo Boy?
Does anyone know about Poo Poo Boy?
Okay, even better.
Okay,
get ready.
Well, get ready. We started with poo and we're ending with it. Okay, I was seeing this guy last year, and we'd only slept together a handful of times before this incident. Picture this. It's the morning after. I'm getting ready to go to work, and we're making the bed. We noticed that he left 2 skid marks on my weight sheets. One was left where his booty cheeks were on the bed during the position, and the other was left where he was sitting on the edge of the bed after getting his clothing back on. The next time we slept together, it happened again. No! And I couldn't get over it, LOL. So I ended things slowly after because I got grossed out by him. Has this happened to you before? Is this common?
She's like, no.
We got this and we were like, what? What are you talking? Is this common? No, dude. God dang it.
Shakes, no.
Get a wipe, get a bidet, get a something. Jesus, take a shower. I can't.
And then she like continued to like talk to us, and she just kept labeling him as Poo Poo Boy. So
we were like,
absolutely.
that one is one of the most like, oh my God. I've never had that happen, but damn, that is candid moments. Like it's too good. It's too real. It's too funny.
Oh no. Yeah.
No, I was like, what are you reading?
I had to lean in and just read it again.
I'm like, where?
So
what are you looking at?
Okay, so we're wrapping this up, you guys. We appreciate you. You can follow us obviously at Straight Candid Podcast. I'm at Candid Soph.
I'm at Candid Syd.
And I'm at Ben Sarbacher.
And to finish this out, everyone, take out your shots.
Do you have a shot near you somewhere?
If you're going out tonight, we're going to meet at Smack Shack. I got the fireball. You can switch with
Grab
people
your
if
shot.
you want. Is there any
Will you
extra,
go grab 2?
Is there any extra tequila back there?
There's somewhere. Grab tequila. Don't do me dirty, Ben. I swear to God. Don't you dare do me dirty. Don't take them yet.
Wait for us.
Don't take them yet. You better not.
If you hate your shot, we're starting at Smack Shack because I have friends meeting me there.
Oh, you're going to do me dirty. All right, hold on. I got to open this. Putting the mic down. Oh, gosh.
All right, cheers, bitches.
Woo! Straight down the hatch, baby. Oh, God. That tastes like Mexico. Oh, my God. I need to take a second. Hold on. I'm not okay. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. I'm hurting right now. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. 100 episodes down, 100 to go. We love you guys.
And that's it, fools. I will say we can hang out for like five minutes if you want to like hang out for a bit. We have a cute little candid backdrop over there if anyone wants photos. But then I say next 10 minutes, let's head out. We'll meet at Smack Shack just because there won't be a line. And it's a good spot to kind of like, it's center. Then we can head anywhere else, yeah?
Grab a beer, now we'll actually talk to you. No problem. Okay.